that. Okay. Whew. Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we were betrayed by Fi, and she went into the number 9 door. She was about to, but we need to stop her somehow. So, today we're going to betray her.
One minute remains until Ambidex gain pole.
And I'm sure this time around, she's totally going to ally with us, and then we'll have 9 points, and then I have no idea what will happen after that. I'm sure it'll stop skipping. Here we are. Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results.
So, you chose betray.
Yeah.
Did you do it to protect yourself? Were you worried that Fi might choose betray?
That's a good question.
Huh?
I'm honestly not sure myself why I did it.
Well, we should go see the results. I want to see how Kay and Clover voted.
Right. Let's go then. Well, at least, you know, she's not mad at us like last time. So, yay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Not a lot of people left. See, that's not what happened last time. This time paradox is a thing.
Subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Well played, Sigma. I guess a promise means a lot to you.
I had nothing to say. She was right. I'd broken a promise.
Why did you do it? Nothing to say? I guess I misjudged you. I thought you were better than this. That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do. Elapsum semel occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
What's that?
A Latin proverb.
What does it mean?
Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Jupiter is a Roman god. Actually, he's kind of the Roman god. He's in charge of all the others. Not even Jupiter, the ruler of the gods, can take back what's been done. You did something bad. You're not gonna get a chance to take it back.
I turned away from Fi. I couldn't stand to look at her anymore. In front of me were Kay and Clover. Oh. Their eyes bored into me with cold disapproval, and I looked away. Somehow, I don't think this is a very good ending. They'd both chosen ally as promised. The only person who'd betrayed anyone was me. Wait. On the other route, it's the exact opposite. The only person with 9 BP was me. Little wonder I wasn't very popular.
What do you intend to do?
You aren't thinking about trying to open the number 9 door, are you?
For a moment, I considered the unthinkable. Could I break through them and reach the door? Probably not. DUCK. Once I was through, I'd be out of the game and free from their judgment. Judgment's spelled wrong, right? But no, I couldn't do that. How could I possibly justify leaving them all behind so I could escape on my own? Why had I chosen Betray? In my memory, it seemed like an almost flippant choice, as if I'd just been curious to see what would happen. If betrayal was what I wanted, I should have made that choice with commitment. But there I was, and I couldn't turn back. Even if I didn't try to open the number 9 door, they would all be suspicious of anything I did. Trust is easy to break and hard to repair. Unless I could somehow turn back the clock, I was stuck with the consequences of my actions.
Elapsum semel occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity.
How could I do something that was beyond the reach of a god? Why hadn't I just chosen Ally? What would be happening to me right now? You'd be dead. What if? What if? What if? Then Vi spoke and I blinked.
Sigma, we're just doing this to be safe. We can't let you run around with 9 BP. I'm afraid you're going to have to sleep for a little while. Okay?
Huh? I started to turn around, but it was already too late. I felt a heavy hand slam into the back of my neck. Probably Kay. And then everything went dark. Blow up. Game over. Okay. Well, that was an ending. We got the second game over ending. Yay! Okay. Well, that's that ending. Huh. And now we have a way to stop 5 because of that. Okay.
You chose Ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. I did too.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Oh, it's not confidence. I already know.
What?
Let's just go have a look, shall we? What? We'll know pretty quick whether I knew anything or not.
Okay, let's go.
This is a weird ending. This is a weird path in the story in general. I miss Zero.
From round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Did I fix the past somehow? No? Okay. Just checking.
Points have been assigned or subtracted.
Everyone else chose Betray the last time we did this, right? That was the thing that happened. Or am I thinking of a different game? Round. I honestly don't know. What the hell, Fi? Why'd you choose Betray? You chose Ally before.
I see. So you remember it too. The other round 2.
What? That wasn't even close to the response I'd expected. It felt anticlimactic. Hey, hold on a minute here. You know? You remember how I chose Betray last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose Betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Yeah, I do remember that. Then this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Wait. No. That didn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. How could we both know about an earlier round 2? Or a parallel? How could there even have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? That was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I could know what happened in it. No way I could know. At least I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remembered Fi choosing ally, then scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge with some Latin proverb that I didn't really understand, but it had something to do with Jupiter.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Fi remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? Meanwhile, everyone else is staring at you like a bunch of crazy people. It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice. I'd seen something. Vi and I had chosen Betray. But for some reason I'd seen a reality where we chose an ally instead. Suddenly, I realized that I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover, and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Is this a mass
Why
panic
did you choose
debate?
Betray, Fi?
Yeah. You're the only one who didn't vote ally.
Fi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could also see her mind working. Finally, she sighed and spoke.
Right.
Oh wait, it's only
Well,
12.
I've got 9 points now.
I guess they're only going to 3.
I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving.
Why did I start an hour
through
earlier?
the number
I'm
9 door.
out of it today. Hey, wait! I scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No! I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who'd ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
As she spoke, Fi bent down. Then shot up into the air and over my head. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. You.
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin.
See you later.
Wait! Stop! I felt myself speaking before I even knew what the words were. A lapsum simulacration non ipse potest Jupiter reprehende. Whatever. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Why was I having to speak Latin? Are you sure this is how you want it to end? What about the nonary game? Zero. The bombs! The freaking bombs! We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want? Many dots.
Fine.
Vi slowly let go of the lever. Why'd you do that, you Dumas? Phew. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did it.
Forget about it. This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
Cool.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
No, we aren't talking about round 1. We're, man, how do we explain
Just
this?
drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh?
Question marks.
I don't get it.
Well, at least it seems Phi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah, I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The A-B game will continue until someone opens the number 9 door. If someone reaches 9 BP and doesn't open the door, the game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief. Please don't scare us like that again.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round.
Oh, we're doing the star round now.
Star keys are
Star key.
required to open the gates.
I've got to stop doing that.
There is
every time I hear it.
set limit on usage of the star keys. The
Dang it.
Ambidex
I wanted you
gates
to stop,
can
not
be opened
continue.
as many times as the players wish to open them.
I'm assuming it... Well, not yet. But I'm assuming it will extend here in a bit. As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Didn't Zero Jr. say something about that?
As soon as the gates close, your cards get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
That sounded different than the delivery he gave us before. Oh yeah, what are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm, red solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Huh? Wait a second. If Luna and Clover are a magenta pair, Fi's a cyan pair and K's a yellow pair. Who the hell am I supposed to partner up with?
The cyan pair, I imagine.
Fi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure that?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Yellow and blue? No, green and blue? Yeah, right.
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
Red, green, and blue would be white.
Exactly.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Oh, okay, I guess we're just going there now.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about. They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes. If we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
I wonder what colors they are.
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. Kind of worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Fi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Oh no.
You found another bomb?
Yeah,
Where?
in the garden.
No. That's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No! No way! We checked every part of that room.
There was a number on this one too, it said 01. Since the one we found in the crew quarters said 03 on it, well...
You think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
But even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
Is this the timeline where we have the thingy that can deactivate it?
Precisely.
Alright, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see...
Quite a bit, actually.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right. I'll tell the others too.
Good. Let's go. Yeah. I'm so congested in the morning. Yes, I realize it's past noon. Shut up. Instead of saying in the morning, I should say when I first wake up. That would be more accurate. Where are we going, Sigma? Oh, okay. So these are the white doors that Kay and Clover were talking about. Yeah, there's the lock thing. No question, these are chromatic doors, I guess.
So it seems.
Ah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
Seriously? I didn't notice you at all.
Oh. I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
So, what do you want? Why are you stalking me?
I'm not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. But, how did you do it? You were totally silent. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yeah, actually. You also jumped super high all the way up to the freaking ceiling.
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Graffiti? Oh, yeah, that. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Did a kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
Well, they managed to spell ninth wrong. Who puts an E in there?
You're right.
Then again, maybe it means something.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Hey now, give me a little credit. Even I know what Memento Mori means. You see it all over the place. As far as I know, it translates to something like, be aware of death or remember your mortality. Never forget that we all die someday. I guess it's a sort of a cautionary thing.
What about the other part?
It's exactly what it says on the tin, right? Some sort of conditional about lions and suns. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Huh. Well, let's see. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. I'm gonna keep calling it ninth. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. I repeated the words over and over in my head, but nothing. Whatever they meant, it was beyond me. This me, but not the other me. But perhaps Phi. Latin?
Huh?
Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure more of it out.
Well, I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
Then how'd you know that phrase? Elapsum semel occasionum non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment, then took it. What?
Look at the back.
I turned it over. Oh, yeah. That phrase sure is there. So I guess the I is pronounced a J in Latin, huh?
Yeah,
What is this?
a memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does that mean?
She died right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents, and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently, it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one. I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name. I don't even know if he's alive.
Oh. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I just handed her back the brooch. Like a good little boy.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant. Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language.
Uh-huh.
Volupsum semel, occasionum, non ipsi protest Jupiter, reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't. We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
Yeah, I agree.
There's something else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb?
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere else.
yeah. Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started toward one of the exits. I looked away for half a second and missed what he said because it was like this long. And now we enter the archives, which we'll have to puzzle out later at some point, probably. But that time is not now. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now where the hell do we start looking?
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So what about that Jupiter stuff?
We can talk while we look. Now get started.
I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while Fi spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate. It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. Talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Well, kind of. I think I've heard of it once or twice. Usually in sci-fi movies.
Oh, well. I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move? Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips. Anything?
I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she'd asked.
Interesting choice. You clapped your hands, right? But you could have chosen to cheer or blow a kiss, right?
Blow a kiss? I wouldn't do...
The details don't matter. Just talking about possibilities here. Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now.
The reason I chose the plot is because she said that
Every
thing
moment
when
you
she was
make a
about to open
decision,
the number 9 door.
Another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches
That looks kind of like our flowchart.
is an alternate world. A world where a version of you did something different.
Some of them ending in
Have
horrible
you ever
death.
thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things? Anyway, that's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell. I've simplified it a lot. Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on a second here. I'll let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious of anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision? At that level, how different are you from the air? I'd say not much. Human existence is just one part of reality. Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out. Hey, you stopped. Are you done with that shelf?
Oh, no, not yet.
Well, keep looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics? Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you. Let's see. Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Sure. 5 plus 5 times 5. I handed the box I'd been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... there's a stuffed lion over there. Perfect. He's part of Felidae, too.
Wait a minute, he's eating the sun. Well, with that, she grabbed the lion and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. Oh, we're gonna talk about Schrodinger's cat. She also took a weight and an ink jar and put them next to the lion.
Alright. Everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrodinger's cat? It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
Okay, I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
Well, there's a stuffed lion.
From now on, that's a cat. A living cat. This is important. Got it?
Okay, yeah, it's a cat meow.
Oh, man. This again?
Sorry. I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh, fine. Maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Alright, what else do you see?
A weight that's not even a pond, and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material. And the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm getting out of here!
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas.
Oh, okay.
So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink?
It's full of poison gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar. If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check. And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
It breaks, gas fills the box, the cat inhales it, and death will whisk her away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat lives to tell the tale.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
About 50%.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive
I
or
love
dead?
Sigma. He's great. I can't personally know.
Then guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
It's alive. The cat is, pause for dramatic effect, alive!
Nope. You're wrong.
It's dead?
That's wrong too.
Then, what's the right answer?
The answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
What? How does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities,
Then it's both alive and dead.
right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive. Anyway, that's Schrodinger's cat. The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat died.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. This poor cat. Tears.
Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane.
You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead at the same time. This is why you're a simpleton, Sigma. And if the moment the lid is open determines whether or not the cat's dead, or then... It's almost like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Think back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote?
Ally.
But what happened this time?
I chose ally and you chose betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the deadline.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose betray, then my vote was ally. If you chose ally, then my vote was betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange? You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
That my choice in the future altered your action in the past?
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
Well, now that I thought about it, round 1 had been the same. When I had chosen ally, Alice had chosen betray. And when I had chosen betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
Alright, answer this question. What number is the die on?
There's not an all of them option, because that's literally just what we were discussing. Well, I'm gonna go with 6. It's probably 6.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job. You got it right.
Well, that was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
6, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you open the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you open the lid, it was just one number.
Or, it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
Your choice in the future has an effect on the past.
Well, that's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point. Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Whoa. I think I get it now. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known. Oh.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least. Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump. Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks us how we know X, all we can think of to say is, I just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this, then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just what?
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here. There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do. Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
You aren't kidding, are you? She's just staring at her. Maybe this is some huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box right meow.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of this place...
Yeah. We might be determining the history of the world outside.
No way! Well, I had 1,000 other questions, but before I could open my mouth to ask them...
Oh, good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Yes. We found it.
Found what? What do you mean, what?
What else could we find? The bomb. The other
You
antimatter
idiot.
bomb. The number 2 bomb is in the control room.
Wait, the control room. Weren't we in the control room? Or was that a different timeline? I don't know. Is this it?
Yeah.
This is one of them, all right.
And it's number 2, apparently. Well, at least we found them all now. Or did we?
No. There could be more. Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there. We have no way to know.
Well, did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really. But, I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyoji and Dio were there. So were Alice and Clark, of course. Although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here, though. Where'd they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you 2.
What about Alice and Quark?
They're the same. Still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
Well, that's good. Fine, and I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
Well, it took her only a moment to explain. Alice was a green solo. Quark was a blue solo. Dio's bracelet made him a yellow pair with freaking K. Okay. And Tenmyoji was a cyan pair with Phi. Okay. So what are our options for groups? Only one.
The next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
Phi laid out what that would mean. There was only one option. Option A. Phi and Tenmyoji would pair with me. Kay and Dio would pair with Quark. Clover and Luna would pair with Alice. Well, that's a good pair.
Huh? There's only one option?
Yeah. Any other combinations don't make white.
What about Alice and Quark? Luna said it's gonna be a while until they wake up.
We'll just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah, we'll get penalized and die.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry her?
Yeah. Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
Well, especially if it means dying. What about Quark?
He's on Kay's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
Yeah, have you seen Kay? He's like the size of a mountain. Well, we still need to figure out what we're gonna do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered with the remote.
Maybe, but we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
Wait, a couple 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Which is nothing to sniff at, but that's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking about.
It could be. What if these bombs are just like the detonator?